So for my unit plan that I'm making for artistic thinking, my big idea is habitats, and it is intended for grades 9 through 12th grade. And it is created by me, Allison Castleman, for my computer art class at Achieve Online. The rationale and goals is to bring what students learn in the beginning of the block together to create a cohesive multimedia virtual reality. So they're taking everything that they've learned weeks 1 through 5, I believe, and then they're going to bring it into one project to where it kind of shows what they've learned so far. It takes them away from task-based thinking into big ideas. They will still have a rubric where they do have to complete tasks, but it's more of the whole big idea of habitat instead of did you put 3 basic shapes to create a creature. Visor.io is perfect for this because students are able to use basic functions to create and explore different habitats while adding in sound and viewer manipulation. So the viewer can click over stuff and there'll be examples of that later on. The big idea is habitat, and it's defined as a place or type where a plant or animal naturally or normally lives and grows. That's the very brief definition, but I think it works perfectly here. It's relatable for their students because I believe that they sometimes don't feel like they have control over their habitat. Their parents have their house. They might have their room. So this could give them a new perspective on, what their habitat is and what they have control of. It can allow them to connect to other animals and think of their living spaces more deeply than the surface value. This lesson is encouraging multimodal because it is having students research about habitats, about Andreas Lai, building creatures. It's adding their voice in. It's having the viewer interact and manipulate the scene. And it's just having the students read different types of text that isn't actually text. Essential questions. What is a habitat? Are they different from a home? Different from your identified culture? When looking at a habitat, what about them makes them a habitat instead of just a place or a set of objects? When thinking about habitats, is there a difference between an animal habitat and a human habitat? Do humans even have habitats? So it's kind of digging deeper into, can humans have habitats, or are they considered something else? So it's very open-ended questions. I also feel like essential questions is my hardest thing to usually come up with, so if you got any other suggestions, please let me know. Key concepts and objectives, I put them on the same slide because I kind of feel like they're the same, except just worded differently. So if I'm misunderstanding one, please let me know. Students will know how to use basic commands in Visor.io, the definition of and meaning of habitat, about Andreas Lai's artwork, how to add their artist statement as a voiceover within their virtual reality, and how to present and respond to their peers' work. And the objectives are basically the same. So that's why I kind of thought they might be similar. If, like I said, you have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. Needed prior knowledge. So these are all a list, and I'm sure I could have thought of more of how and what the students needed to complete this unit. A lot of this stuff won't make sense to you if you haven't worked with Visor, like a glaze click or a trigger, or publish their work both privately and publicly. Like right now, you probably don't get that. If you want to know more, let me know, and I'll make a tutorial for you or something. And like I said, these skills will be taught in the previous weeks leading up to this unit. Here are some examples, images of different things students could do, still a work in progress, but a starting point for the students to expand upon. And these examples are from my previous students and from me as well. Here are links. So when this happens, it has sound, you can't hear it, but you can move around it and see what they've created. This one also has sound. It has the music of this TV show actually playing. And you can see how the two characters that he built out of basic shapes, right here and right here, are fighting each other, Dragon Ball Z. And then, oops, back. This one is a link. This one is a link that I created a little bit ago, trying to get this unit going, and so it still has work because Visor is actually changing. And so they've added these new hotspots, which are really cool. It's a little bit easier to get images to pop up. As you can see, you can add video now, which is so cool. You can turn them on and off. Just gotta let it hover over there for a second. And so you can add in things. This is what I would consider a hotspot, a glaze trigger, a glaze click, or a trigger. And you can add your own skies. So this is not the perfect example. It's still work in progress, just because I found new things Visor can do. So that's really exciting. A few more examples. This student had a rocket move up, as you can see here. This student had his God King Kong that he created and then added an image from the movie on, and then Godzilla, and then another image. My timeline basically is they're going to start with the artist assignment, and it is linked to my YouTube for the artist assignment. And right here we're introducing habitats, learning about Andreas Lai, and starting to think about their habitats for themselves. Then they're going to do research, and they're going to complete the why worksheet. I have them answer, like, I think it was 8 questions, and they had to ask themselves why 5 times after they had answered once. So it'd be, why do you think this is your habitat? Answer. Why? Answer. Why? Answer. Why? And so this is a very frustrating worksheet for them, but it actually, at the end, most of them said, oh wow, yeah, it did get me thinking deeper. And then they're going to start drafting their idea. They're going to create their Create in Visor.io. This is my tutorial that I created a little bit ago about the simple commands. And then basically go through this stuff, and then they're going to present their final project, turn it in their link, and then respond to peers. Assessment is going to be their artist statement voiceover embedded within their students' virtual reality scene, which is pretty cool. I'm still working out all the kinks to know exactly how to do it, but I've done it before, so I had to remember it. A rubric, which is an image right here. Also, if you click to it, it should go to it. And those are the tasks that I want them to complete, but it's basically how much is it about habitats. And then responding to the peers. This is a really big thing for me. I know in the rubric it says it's only 3 points, but it is more than that. So they need to respond to their peers with questions, comments, and concerns to help build community with our online profile. This is actually what I really hope to help myself and my students do, because I feel like when they have conversations, they have more buy-in. So this is my presentation of my unit, and I hope you enjoy, and please let me know about the key concepts and objectives and the central questions. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.